Well, hello everyone, Glen here. I'd like to introduce you to a different show I was doing this year. Now, the story behind this show is my friend Jamie, who plays Mistress Malicious on a show called Bordello of Horror, came out and asked me if I wanted to make videos for her show, and it may or may not go on television. It played on horrorhost.net, a couple times. Actually, more than that, like 3 or 4 episodes. I was there for the chat rooms and whatnot a few times. It was a lot of fun, very rewarding. Anyway, I first found these guys from a show called Bordello of Horror. It's all horror hosting television shows where they watch horror movies, of course, and make funny skits and whatnot. And there's other acts on there, musical acts, people reviewing things. I got asked to make reviews of things horror related, and the videos had to be cut down to about 5 to 6 minutes. Some of my videos kind of went over that, but I'm allowed to show them. I'm going to upload them to you guys, beginning with this video. So this is kind of my introduction to this new series that I'm going to be putting on YouTube each year, after each episode airs on Jamie's show, of course. I was very happy to do these. It's been a rewarding experience. It's been a learning experience too, because anyone who watches my channel knows that all my videos, they go on quite long. So having to do something like this was kind of like an undertaking. Like, how the hell am I going to talk about everything I want to talk about in a span of 5 minutes on each one of these topics, But the thing is, what I started realizing is that I trail off, and sometimes what I'm saying becomes redundant, so it taught me to edit things out that don't need to be there. It made me a better editor, I think. Even though I just released a video with my friend Carl about the Moonwalker, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker movie review, where we kind of went on and on and on. But I did that with a friend, so I didn't want to cut anything out of it. It was a special occasion and whatnot. But each one of these videos, it's just a little bit of me. So you get a little Glen each week in October, and this is going to become like a religion, a ritual, not a ritual. What do I want to call it? Tradition. A tradition, a holiday tradition, a Halloween tradition. Yeah, these videos are a lot of fun. You get a bunch of shit crammed right in 5 minutes. I put a lot of work into each one of these. I think you'll all enjoy them. I know Jamie and her friends enjoyed them whenever I'd upload one to them to put on the show. So people liked them. I liked them. I like doing them. Hopefully you guys will like them. I'm not going to waste any more of your guys' time. I just thought I'd tell you what the deal is with these shows. Yeah, these are Glen's reviews for Mistress Peace Theater. And here's the first episode, which is kind of like a test episode before I figured out how to really get into the groove of doing these. And I'm reviewing the movie Terrifier, about a scary clown. So, hope you guys enjoy. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned for more of these. What's up, people? Glen here. Welcome to Glen's Reviews, where we look at comic books, TV shows, toys, movies, anything related to horror. You get my take on it. Today we'll be looking at the movie Terrifier, which was showed at film festivals in October of 2016, but oddly enough didn't get an official release on anything digital or physical until March of 2018. And I didn't see it until about a month ago on my Netflix, which is probably the easiest way you're going to see this movie if you want to watch it after you hear my review. I'm assuming you could probably get it on like Walmart.com or eBay.com for like $10. This is one of those movies that was like straight to video and you don't hear much about it. This movie's f***ed up. Right off the bat, if you look at the font of it, right on the title card of the picture and like what the main villain looks like, you get this like 70s horror movie type vibe from it, kind of like what Grindhouse did, where they're trying to remake that feel of those old types of movies. Even the killer in this movie is Art the Clown, played by David Howard Thornton, and they want you to know that in the beginning credits of this movie. They really push that, because I think they're trying to push him as the new Michael Myers or the new Jason Voorhees, which, again, this movie has that kind of a feel to it. And even Art the Clown himself is kind of like one of those supernatural killers that just cannot be stopped. I have to say, the look of him is pretty creepy. To me, he's not as terrifying as like Pennywise from Stephen King's It or anything like that. But, I mean, the looks of the guy, he's about as innocent and inviting as a jar full of razor blades with like money at the bottom. It's like, you want that money, but you don't want to like go in there, you know? Hey, right off the bat, this movie doesn't have any deep story or thoughtful writing or dialogue or anything like that. This is straight up meat and potatoes horror slasher. The story goes, it's Halloween night, and this mysterious, new supervillain, horror icon, slasher guy named Art the Clown just goes out and starts stalking people, murdering them. It mainly focuses around a girl named Tara and her drunken friend the night of Halloween. Art follows him into a pizza parlor and like gives Tara a ring he got out of like this vending machine for like a quarter. The pizza guy kicks him out because he thinks he's a weirdo. But it looks like Art wants to stalk these two girls the whole way throughout the movie. But it just devolves into just mass slaughtering. Art comes back and murders the people at the pizza joint. Pursues Tara. It intertwines with a story where Tara calls her sister, and her sister comes to her aid eventually, but it's an all-out slaughter fest with a few interesting characters along the way. Yeah, like I said, it's not a thought-provoking story by any means. That's like the best description I can give you without giving you like spoilers of the movie. Because if you're a horror enthusiast and you love scary clowns, then you'll like this movie. The effects are quite good. Like I don't think this movie's even rated, and even if it was, I think it's like an NC-17. There's nudity, extreme graphic violence, blood and gore. It's an extreme horror lover's dream is what I'm saying here. I mean, there's a scene where he hangs a woman upside down naked and takes a hacksaw and cuts her in half. Do I even need to tell you where he begins? Just batshit crazy. Honestly, they kept the pace going. It didn't feel too boring or too drawn out at certain scenes, and it didn't feel quite rushed. I mean, the movie isn't perfect. It wasn't meant to be perfect. It's meant to be one of these slasher films that you turn on a Saturday night just to enjoy yourself, have a couple drinks, just watch something incredibly violent and gory. The acting isn't terrible either. Like David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, actually does a very good job in this role. He's really scary. He's really ugly. He creeps you out. He's just got that bad vibe about him. And there's not a lot of jump scares in this movie, just a lot of creepy parts in the movie that just don't necessarily catch you off guard, but if you were in that situation, it would be terrifying, and you can kind of put yourself into that mindset. Of course, a lot of the actresses in this movie gave cringeworthy performances. It really wasn't the best. Like, there were certain lines of dialogue that just didn't feel like you'd be saying that in real life. I mean, none of the acting is very good, but it's passable for a movie like this. Alright, this isn't a perfect movie. It's not even like the best movie I've ever seen. It's not the best horror movie I've ever seen. I give this movie a solid B+. It's not perfect, but it achieves what it set out to achieve, which is be a movie like Halloween or Friday the 13th. It's nothing like very thought-provoking or deep or anything like that for a horror movie. There's no like huge twists in the movie or anything like that. If you don't like scary clowns, like clown movies, you're terrified of clowns, and you can't handle a lot of like buckets of blood and gore and stuff, I'd really avoid this movie because it gets pretty rough in quite a few spots. Anyway, that's my take on Terrifier. If you're a horror fan, horror enthusiast, I highly recommend it. So thanks for watching me. You can catch more of my videos at youtube.com/GlenLentz if you're inclined to. Mistress Peace Theater. We'll be right back.